Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. So nice to be here.
How much did you pay them for that reception, John? Fucking hell, mate. It turns out that you're right all along. You are a legend of this football club.
We did our best, didn't we? Yeah. I mean, yeah. We did what we had to do to obviously put the club where it is today, and we've left it for this young players now to enjoy, you know, the fruits of our labor. But it's so nice to see the team doing well again now. So,
yeah, of course. And listen, what about this? We're in Dubai, John. We're recording this Taking the Mikel episode in front of a live audience, and look how many Chelsea fans are here. Not for me, John, for you.
They're all excited about tonight.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, they are. It's a stupid question, this. Anyone that watches us regularly will know that this man predicts a Chelsea win every time. Chelsea winning tonight?
We are, of course. we are. Always. We're playing well, you know, City, they're not playing well at the minute, obviously. But the team, the Chelsea team right now, we're playing so well. We coming from where we came from the start of the season and where we are right now. Like I've always said, listen, if we are to win the league, I'll take it. But for me, I've always said top 4 is our target this season. And then we can be from there next season, obviously, to compete to win the title.
Well, we are down here at Belgian Beer Cafe. We give a little salute to those guys. Thank you so much for having us this evening. So many questions, John.
Yeah.
A lot of these Chelsea fans have questions for you as well. But I want to start. 11 years at the football club. You know where I'm going with this. You almost joined my beloved Manchester United. There was talk of kidnappings. You can boo all you want. You can boo all you want. You fucking got him.
I'm trying to get him to stop supporting Man United. He needs to support Chelsea, the winning team.
I know.
Come
on. John, Graham Potter's now West Ham boss. I'm going to become a West Ham fan before I become a Chelsea fan. But you almost joined United.
Yeah.
There was talk of kidnappings. There was talk of Sir Alex Ferguson putting you in a headlock. What's the truth? What happened?
Well, listen, it's a long story, right? I mean, it took about a year and a half to get settled. But yeah, it was a long story. To cut the story short, I mean, I almost joined United. As everybody knows, I did sign like a pre-contract because I was a kid back then. And coming from Africa, you have to be 18 before you sign a professional contract. So I was only 17. And then I had to sign that contract with United. But then, of course...
Come on, John. Tell us the truth. Put your cameras away. Tell us the truth.
I did. No, I signed the contract, but of course Chelsea sent me to Norway to study and then play football in Norway. So while I was there, United sent a contract with an agent from United to come to Norway. Obviously, they found out where I was because they were looking for me. So they found out where I was. They found out where I was. United, Fergie, as he always does, gets whatever he wants, whenever he wants it. Sent a massive contract for me to sign, and I saw the figures in the contract. I saw the contract. I was like, why not? And of
course, John, I remember it. You were there.
Yeah. I signed
number 21 shirt.
Press conference. Yeah.
Jimmy Ryan. Fergie's longtime assistant. He flew to Oslo. You're there. I'm a 12-year-old boy. I'm excited. I'm a nerd. I know you're quality.
I was nervous. Yeah, I was nervous. I didn't have my agent with me, so they did everything behind closed doors. Nobody was supposed to be involved. So they got me in a room that I have to sign it. I have to sign it right now. So it took about an hour. I signed the contract. And then not knowing what I got myself into. And then Chelsea obviously heard about it, and everyone went, what the fuck? Roman went, what the fuck is going on here? Sent all his people down to Norway, to Oslo, and that's where the kidnapping started. And
just for legal reasons.
It wasn't really a kidnap, though, guys.
Exactly. For legal reasons.
Yeah.
Roman, if you're watching this, he's only joking. You did not kidnap him.
No, but I was taken away somewhere.
We're going to get to him, I promise. So there you are. You're in Norway. Your agent, your long-term agent, John Shittu, pardon the pun here, but he is shitting himself.
Yeah, he was,
at this point.
Because he failed in his job, and his one only job was to make sure that he keep me safe and to make sure I don't sign anywhere. Because, listen, when I was younger, a lot of the clubs were after me, and of course, so Chelsea had to make sure that nobody got to know where I was. And that's what happened. So I got taken away somewhere, and then I got flown down to London. And that's where the whole thing started.
And that is where the whole thing started. Because
there was a massive announcement in Norway by the police that if you know where Obi Mikel is, you have to call the police because he's been kidnapped. That happened like nationwide, like
on television.
On television and on radios,
Obi Mikel.
Exactly,
yeah. Holy shit. When in actual fact, you're in a 5-star hotel in London.
I was,
You're getting room service on Roman Abramovich's bill. You're living the life of Riley.
I was. But obviously, listen, as a young player, as a kid back then, I wanted to play football. And for me, I couldn't play for United or for Chelsea. And I was just there. FIFA tried to get involved to get it sorted, and they couldn't. And then, of course, the FA then got involved. The English FA then got involved. And they invited Fergie down to London from Manchester because he said he wasn't going to budge. I have to play for United. He's not going to let me go. But then I've always said I wanted to play for Chelsea. And then he came down to London. I had a one-to-one meeting with him, locked up in a massive room. With Fergie.
In the Football Association headquarters.
Yes.
You've got Fergie across from you.
Yes, you know how Vladimir sits there and everybody else sits there in a long table. That's how it was,
It was Fergie looking at Obi Mikel.
Right there, I was sitting on the edge, he was sitting on the edge.
And what's he saying to you?
He said, listen, what is the problem? Why don't you want to play for Manchester United, the biggest club in the world? And back then they were winning. Of course, Mourinho just came in and Chelsea won back-to-back trophy.
Yes.
And I looked at it, obviously, Chelsea's going to be the next big team. And Mourinho is the next big manager. And Fergie was getting towards the end of his career as well. So I thought, I want to play for Mourinho. And for me, went into the meeting, everything he said, my agent was outside. So before I went in, he said, whatever he says to you, just do this. Don't say a word, just do this. And that's what I did. So it took 30 minutes. And I could see Fergie getting more red and red, getting angry. Like, what is it? Is it more money? I will give you more money. You have signed for United. I was like, no, it's not about money. I just want to play for Chelsea. And
And I know I've said this to you, and a lot of people actually, I was talking to Barry earlier, I think one of you out there had this question for John. That was a ballsy decision, John.
It was.
With the greatest of respects, Chelsea Football Club, massive club. But back then, Manchester United in Nigeria, no Nigerian player.
No Nigerian player. I would have been the first player to play for Nigeria. You would have been the first.
Sir Alex Ferguson. Across from
growing up, he was the man, and United was the team. And all I could think about sitting there was, I was just remembering the hairdryer with David Beckham. I thought I was going to get a hairdryer thrown at me. But luckily enough, there was no hairdryer in the room.
There was no boots, there was no hairdryers. And you made the decision.
I made the decision to join Chelsea, and he walked out of the room. And this was something that was taken a year and a half. So he walked out of the room, and a week after that, he got in touch with Chelsea and said, listen, okay, 16 million pounds, and I'll let him go. And this is me not kicking a ball for United, not doing anything for Manchester United. So Chelsea had to pay Manchester United, I think it was 12 million, and then 4 million to Leon Oslo. So in total, 16 million
pounds.
Yeah, back then in 2006,
Now, a lot of proper Chelsea fans in here, they'll already know this. You then did not kick a ball for a year.
I didn't. No, I didn't. Of course, when the whole thing was going on, I couldn't, because I couldn't play for Chelsea or for Manchester United because Fergie was adamant that I have to play for Manchester United. Of course, Chelsea wouldn't let it go. Roman wouldn't let it go. Mourinho was like, this is my boy. I want him to come to the club. So it was a massive tussle. And the whole thing as well, when I came to London, I had a secret meeting with Jose, which I wasn't supposed to.
Shh, don't say that. You're gonna get another points deduction or something after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But you met Jose, and he just convinced you, you're my guy.
Yeah, so I met Jose. So I came out of my apartment in London where I was put by Chelsea, and I got into a car. So the car drove like 2-3 miles away or kilometers away. So dropped me off and said, get into that car. It was like a proper Russian mafia thing. And I got into that car. So it drove me to somewhere else. I got into some other car. So it was like, I think it was about 5 cars before I got to some secret house where Jose was there waiting for me. So I had a secret meeting with Jose, and that's where he totally convinced me to come to the club.
To come to Chelsea. And of course, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to embarrass John here, because during that year where your future was up in the kind of air, you, fair to say, you sampled life in London.
I became a party boy.
You became a party boy. You sampled China White. I'm sure you were there most nights. What is it? Chiltern Firehouse? That's another one.
That's where the players go now, Chiltern Firehouse.
But, and I love this, John, I'm going to stitch you right up.
Yeah.
You became a big fan of a certain tipple. What were you drinking on a regular basis during this year?
Listen, I was a kid. My first time going out partying, knowing what nightclub was. And of course, I had friends from London who started taking me out somewhere, you know. And we started going out. I couldn't play. I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, I started going out nightclub. And of course, my drink then, that was the time I started drinking. So... And unfortunately, I started drinking a drink called Bailey's.
Now, just for context, John, you had bottles of this stuff in the fridge as an 18-year-old running about London, and Bailey's, which is a Christmas...
I didn't know that, mate.
We don't drink. It's like December 12th till December 31st, John. But you're on this stuff...
Every day. Every day. I was on it every day, mate. I had Baileys all over my fridge. I think I must have about 20 bottles in my fridge at every time. I don't drink 20 bottles at a time, though. But I had it in my fridge. You know, Baileys is good when you drink it cold. So, yeah.
Of course it is.
So I became a Baileys fan.
I love that.
Then I put on so much weight. Because it's so, it's made with cream and stuff, sugar. So I put on so much weight. And that's why when I joined the club, then I started playing for Chelsea. A kid, not knowing anything, I was so overweight. It took me a few months, 6 months, to then get into the rhythm. And then, of course, I got punished by Mourinho because I wasn't getting into the rhythm as quickly as possible. And that's all down to Bailey's.
Well, yes. An exclusive to the Taking the Mikel podcast. Listen, John, I'm going to embarrass you again.
Yeah.
It was a real honour for me this week to see you and José Mourinho interact. We were in Istanbul this week. And the love and the respect. Honestly, guys, José Mourinho, Fenerbahce, rolled out the red carpet to us.
Yeah.
And it was like you were his son. The pride, the big hug.
I am his son. That's what he always says. Yeah. Like,
he's your African son, right?
I'm his African son, yeah.
And the love and the respect, it blew me away, John. Just watching the two of you interact. They call him the special one. What made him the special man that he is?
Listen, it's always special when you meet Jose. Jose was somebody who made me who I am today. And the clip we have all this. He said it there that he's made me who I am today, and that's thanks to Jose, bringing me to the club, sticking with me, giving me my debut, and then of course trusting me. He helped me shape me into who I am today because he was so tough and so strict with me. Not to other players, but to me, he was very, very strict. He was tough with me. If I wasn't doing things right, he was always very, very tough. He's a special one for the reason, he wins trophies. That's what he does. He's so good at what he does. He wins trophies. And when you talk about Chelsea Football Club, you cannot talk about Chelsea Football Club without José Mourinho. He helped build this football club to where it is today. Not just only by winning, but the winning mentality that he installed on the players, the likes of JT, Frank Lampard, Peter Cech, Michael Essien, players who now when players walk into this football club, they know exactly what you have to do, which is win trophies. And that's when I talk about the club today, I always try to make it clear to the current players. Chelsea Football Club is not a club where you just come, right now I'm playing for Chelsea. It's about winning. You have to win. There is no time to, we need to get used to it. But okay, you have to get used to it. But the aim of this football club, and he showed also with Roman, a manager that's won a double.
Carlo.
The next season, he got rid of him. It's about winning. It's about results. And when you stop doing that, we don't want to become a mediocre team like Manchester United. We want to be a winning team. So all that is thanks to Jose, and that's coming from the things that he did earlier on in the club during when Roman took over. So when players come in, they know exactly what they expected to do at this football club.
And I'll let you into a little secret, folks, as well. So the respect that Jose has for John is off the charts. And I saw it this week because the first thing he said to John, or we were talking about Jose leaving the club, and he looked John dead in the eye and he gave you a little slap on the cheek. He went, first game, it was at Old Trafford, Avram Grant parachuted in. What happened in that game? Anyone remember? John was sent off.
Yep, I got sent off.
You're absolutely right. So Jose Mourinho took that as a badge of honor. He was like, John, you loved me so much, you got sent off.
It was the anger,
Yeah,
it was the anger that he left at the football club, and But listen, you have a manager that when this manager have so much trust in you and so much belief in you, you want to go through the wall for this. You want to die for this manager. And Jose is that sort of manager. We just love the fire, the energy that he brought to the football club. You know, he just wanted to win. Winning was everything to him. I've always talked about it. When we lose a game, we don't see him for a couple of days. So we lose a game, we come into the training ground the next day. He does not come down the training ground. He doesn't come to the pitch. He sits upstairs in his office, in his balcony, he's watching us. He doesn't come down. He doesn't say hello to you. You say hello to him, you walk past, you manage to see him around the training ground, you say hello to him, he doesn't answer you. He doesn't speak to you. So you have to go out there the next weekend, you have to go out there and win. And then you become friends. And then he wants to talk to you. But sometimes, I think that's why he stays at the club for 2 years max, because that gets to you, that gets to the players, it gets to him. You can't sustain that. He's not that kind of manager that knows how to, you know what I mean? He wants to go just to win. And that's helped us as well to build a football club.
Now, it was actually talked about on the podcast, but I'm conscious many of you maybe didn't see this episode. What you talked about it, John. You could be 1-0 up at Stamford Bridge, and he at half-time would still be losing his shit.
Yeah. We could be 1-2-0 up in the first half, and then we all going happy, walking into the dressing room. Oh yeah, wow, we're on fire, we're winning, we're doing well. And then you go in, you see him, like we know when he's upset. When he's upset, he unbuckles his belt, and and he has one of his leg on top of the table, cleaning with his towel, and then we know, oh shit, what's coming now? And then he rips into the team. No, you have to kill the fucking game. It's 1-0 up. I know we 1-0 up. It's 2-0 up. But if they score one, we're back in the shit. So you have to make sure you go out there and kill the game, score another one, 3-0, 4-0, and then okay, now you can relax. You don't do that. You think 2-0 up. No. He comes in and rips into us, like kills us. And we're thinking, what the hell? We're winning 2-0. But that's just how Jose is. And that's what is going on right now with the current team. You know what I mean? We have so many chances. We're winning games 1-0. We don't kill the game. We have so many chances. We don't score. And then we get an equalizer, and then we manage, and then we lose the game or draw. So I think that's something we need to start doing now with the current team. We need to start killing off games. We need to start scoring those chances. And of course, it comes down to Nicholas Jackson. He needs to start scoring goals. I had to say, sorry, guys.
Nicholas, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Nicholas. I want to talk about a guy, actually, the chants were around the room. We've not spoken about this man a lot on the podcast, and I probably should apologise for this.
Okay.
Because Jose Mourinho, you're right, there's no Chelsea without Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
But this modern day Chelsea, there is no Chelsea as we see it without Roman Abramovich.
Yes, for sure.
Right? So what was he like as a man? But JT talked about it. His knowledge of football, off the charts, right?
His knowledge of football. I think that's the thing, though. People, I don't know too much about this American owners. I don't know if they know anything about football, though. If they call it football or they call it soccer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So anybody who calls football soccer, I don't want to talk to you because you clearly... You clearly have no knowledge of football. So, no, but Roman was absolutely fantastic. Listen, a guy who spent so much money building the football club, bringing the best, always making sure that we remain there at the top, you know, year in, year out, we're competing, we're winning trophies, we're there, we're thereabouts. Even when we don't win a trophy this season, next season, we have to win one or two. So for us, Roman was the guy, you know, he if you're not winning as a manager, you know, he gets rid of you. If you're not doing what you have to do, he gets rid of you. It doesn't matter. For him, it's about Chelsea Football Club being successful, winning trophies, competing, and being there. And, you know, he was an absolute fantastic owner, an owner that everybody got on with. He was always in the dressing room after games. He comes in, speaks to you, puts his arm around you, asks you, how are you? How's your family? Everything good? His English is not great, though. But he gets his Russian translator, always walks around with him. How's your family? Everything good? Do you need anything? This is what players want. Players want to be loved. Players want to feel like the owner is speaking to them. He wants to know how the family is. How was his son? You know what I mean? Like, what school is he going? Things like this, Roman knows everything about it.
Wow.
And of course, if the manager's not performing, we see the helicopter, you know, coming into the training ground.
And that's it.
That's it.
If you see the helicopter, the manager's done.
If we see the helicopter, because if we're not performing, listen, it happens during the season for us. For some reason, we go through a spell whereby we become relaxed. Okay, probably we won maybe a couple of trophies the season before, and then we start relaxing the next season, and then Roman comes in and says, "What's happening? You know, you can't relax. You have to win. You have to keep winning. And if we're not performing, we're not winning games, he comes in with a helicopter and then the manager's gone.
The manager's gone. Right, John, we've got a little surprise for you.
Yeah.
It is a glass of Baileys.
Oh, my
God. we need this down in one, John. It is a glass of Baileys. Thank you.
Cheers, man. That's a cold one.
Watch the calories on that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to get a bit serious for a few minutes on this because...
But Roman, listen, there is no Chelsea Football Club today.
Yeah.
We have to all understand that. There is no Chelsea Football Club today where we are and the success that we've had over these years, I promise you, without Roman Abramovich.
Of course.
Roman Abramovich... It's just unfortunate what happened. You know, he lost the football club, but I still speak to people close to him, and it still pains him. He's still angry. You know, he's still angry about what's happened. He's still he's not happy about it that he's lost his baby because Chelsea Football Club was his baby. You know, he really cared about the football club, the fans, not just the players, the fans as well. I remember when we wanted to join the Super League or something like that. I don't know, was he still there? He was still there. He was still there. Yeah. And then straight away, the fans spoke. It was like, listen, call it off.
Yeah.
Call it off straight away. Because he always listens to the fans, listens to the players. So this football club today, we are who we are. We are successful. We've won so many trophies, and it's all down to this guy because he loved and cherished the football club.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Now, speaking of Roman Abramovich, getting serious for the next couple of minutes. Again, some of you might not be aware, 2010 FIFA World Cup. John's there with his beloved Nigeria. You get news on the eve of the Argentina game.
No, same day, mate.
Same day.
Yeah.
Same day that your father's been kidnapped.
Yeah, about an hour. 2 hours before the game.
2 hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
You get word through that your father's been kidnapped back in Nigeria.
Yeah.
What?
And that was the second time.
And that was the second time.
Yeah, I just know kidnappers love my dad.
No, they love your money, John.
Yeah, they love my money, exactly.
It's what it is.
Yeah. No, it's a shame. It's sad what has happened. And, sometimes situations make people stronger. It builds you into who you are. And those situations really helped me, become who I am today, mentally stronger. And also joining Chelsea Football Club, when I did join the football club, I had the likes of Makelele, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, Jeremy Njita, all these big players. And I was only 18. I had to grow up very, very quickly. There was no time. There was no time for me to say, "Oh, I'm a kid. I need time to." No. There was no time. You were brought into the football club to straight away start performing. So when I hear these players today, they need more time to be able to. No, there was no time, and that also helped me as well growing up. But then when you have your dad kidnapped, twice, and the second time when you're about to play against one of your biggest game in your life, which was the knockout stages against Argentina. So obviously before that you were thinking about how are we going to stop Lionel Messi? And then now I have another thing to worry about. So for me, it was a massive thing. It was crazy. So 2 hours before, I got a phone call from my brother that dad has been kidnapped again, taken away. And I had to say, can I speak to the guys? Can I speak to the kidnappers? And unfortunately, they did call because they knew I was going into the game. They thought that was gonna push me to pay whatever they wanted. Just before going into the game. So I spoke to them. They're like, listen, we're gonna shoot the fuck out of him if you don't pay. So having your dad saying, listen, just pay the money, just give him the money because they beat me up, they kill him, they're not fit. Just horrible stuff. Yeah.
Which, I can't even fathom.
Yeah.
What that is like, John. You're going into a FIFA World Cup knockout game.
Yeah.
You're on the phone to kidnappers. And Roman Abramovich steps in somewhere along this story.
Yeah, this was after the game. So before the game, I didn't know what I was going to do, whether I should tell my teammates or because I was the captain. I was the captain, so I didn't want to let the team down going into one of the biggest games of our life. I didn't want to tell the players, the coaches. So I thought about it. I spent a bit of time in my room. I thought what to do, and then I went out there, played the game. I thought I was going to throw up or fall down on the pitch because, going through that, it was horrible. Going through such thing, playing the game, knowing that, it doesn't matter whatever happens in this football game, you still have your dad, locked up and might. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, your dad might be killed after the game. You never know because they might get upset and just shoot him for no reason. So I didn't know what was going to happen after that game. So after the game, I called. He was still alive, and then that's how I started trying to negotiate with them. And then Roman said, "Listen."
So Roman found out.
Yeah, then Roman, I had to call the club. I called the club. I told them. So I told Marina, of course, and then Marina told Roman. And then Roman said, just give me 24 hours. Let me send my people down and I'll find your dad. I thought, how the fuck are you going to do that? Nigeria is a massive country. You don't know ways. Like, no, don't worry about it. Just give me 24 hours.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said, give me 24 hours. I'll find your dad. I'll bring him to you. And I thought, fuck, I don't want to put my dad into that kind of situation, into that firing line, whatever it is that was going to go on. But then I had to negotiate and I had to pay a lot of money to get him out. Yeah.
But your dad was safe.
Safe, yeah. Good.
Right, we are going to get some questions. I am conscious that time is running on this episode of Taking the Mikel. Just want to say again, big shout out to our live audience, the Chelsea Supporters Club here in the United Arab Emirates. Thank you so much for being in this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea Football Club, you bleed blue, John. 2012 Champions League final. We've spoken about it. It is the greatest night of your footballing life. And you know that I love, you've said this a lot, and I'm not saying anything that wasn't on the podcast.
That I was the best player in the game?
I would agree. Sorry, Didier, we're still trying to get you on the pod.
But he wasn't man of the match. He did win us the game, so he deserved it.
It was an incredible night. It's the night that you've told me privately, you've said on this podcast, it's the night, John, that I think you converted critics, doubters into believers. And you've said this as well. A number of teammates of yours that night looked at you after that game. They looked at you differently.
Oh, yeah, listen. You are judged. It doesn't matter what it is. As a football player, you're judged with what you do on the pitch, what you do, your performances. And that was the game that really, everybody looked at me and thought, fucking hell, that was amazing. You know what I mean? And also to do it in the biggest game of our lives was something special. I don't know how I pulled that one out of the bag, but yeah. But yeah, exactly. In the home of Bayern as well, the pressure before the game, knowing that we play in their backyard as well, the game. You looked at the stadium, it was all red. I don't even know. Where were you guys sitting? Because we couldn't find you guys. I kept looking at the whole stadium. You guys were up there. Yeah, no, it was just because they had to make sure they stick the Chelsea fans right where we couldn't see them. But we just believed. The belief that we had before that game, knowing that the likes of Drogba, Peter Cech, John Terry, probably their last time of being able to win that trophy for us, we had to put in a performance. The resilience, the togetherness, the spirit that we had on that night, what we went through during the game, they were peppering us, they were all over us, hitting the bar, missed penalties, it was all going on. And we were thinking, what the fuck is going on here? We couldn't get a kick, but we just kept on going, And of course, they went 1-0 up. And as he always does, the big man comes up with the equalizer, as he always does, and just got us back into the game. So we thought, okay, now we are in the game, and of course, penalties is anyone's game. So we thought this is our time, and we had to win it for you guys.
Yes. Last one from me before we get some of our fans asking you questions, John. Be really honest here. And we love JT. But what were you thinking?
The shin pad and the boots.
When the full kit wanker walked out, shin pads and all. Are you thinking, JT, what on earth are you doing? Come on, John. You're laughing. What was everyone saying at that point?
We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe what we're seeing. I mean, it's just JT, isn't it? You never know what you get with the guy, except if you know him really well, like I do.
Chelsea through and through.
He is a Chelsea through and through. Like he bleeds the football club. Absolutely bleeds the football club. JT, he is. You caught him, there's blue running down he loves the football club. And to see him do that, I was like, what are you doing? Not only he's got the boots on, he's got the shin pads on. The shin pads was on. Like, what are you doing? Is someone gonna come tackle you? But he's like, listen, I wanted to make sure I have the full kit to make sure I lift the trophy. But it's so special to see those guys, especially JT, Frank, Didier, Peter Cech, because they were the core of the football club. They were the core of everything we did and everything we achieved on the pitch, because those guys were absolutely fantastic. And to see them finally get their hands on that trophy just before they leave the football club was something special.
Love it. Love it. Oh my God, John, I've just realised producer Tom, who's a big Chelsea fan on this podcast, he's even standing up, chanting and cheering at that as well. So unprofessional. You got to check the levels, Tom, for goodness sake. Right, with that in mind, I want to open up the floor. So I've got some questions here. I'm going to ask you that you step forward. The microphone is here. You're heading over here. So I'm going to ask Rashid Kadora. Ranga. Sorry, Ranga. Right, Ranga's going to come forward with your question. John hasn't seen these questions. He's shitting himself.
Yeah,
Make it a good one.
Yeah, so we all know that on the 2012 Champions League final, you had the video montage made from all the family members wishing you. Apart from that, who gave you the team the motivational speech, the best one before the game that night?
Great question.
Oh yeah, that's a great question. I think we've all in some ways spoken about the videos that, from the brother family member that we had the night before the game. And that was pretty special from Roberto Di Matteo to come up with such an idea.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty much speech we needed. Nothing more could be said after that. During that meeting, everybody, they played, either was your brother, your grandmother, your mom, your dad, a message from them. And it was special. Some players were crying, yeah. Some players were in tears because of the message, because we knew we were going into war. We were going into something that this is a make or break. This is the last chance for us to be able to win this trophy together as a group. And going into that meeting, when we walked into the meeting, we're thinking, all right, Robbie, Di Matteo, what have you got? And then we're all sitting there, and then the big screen goes up. And then everybody, messages from the family, from everybody. It was pretty special. I got one from my younger brother. So for me to see that, it was special. A brother that looks up to you, that you're a role model.
Yeah.
And to send such a message for me was so special. There's so many messages. I think Ivanovic as well was crying. There's so many players.
JT.
Yeah, JT, very, very emotional. We walked out of that meeting thinking, there is no way they're beating us tomorrow. There is no chance they're beating us tomorrow. And of course, going into the game, JT couldn't play, but then he was always, as the captain in the dressing room, always gives a speech before we got every game. He was there delivering his speech, which is what he always does. He swears about 200 times when he gives his speech, which is something that the foreign players have to get used to, because when they come in, they're like, why is he always swearing when he's speaking? But it's just JT, try to motivate us and try to push everybody. So yeah, that was a special night.
Oh, I love that. Great question. Thank you so much for that. Right, Ben Grove, are you here, Ben? Please tell me you are. Here he is. The microphone is yours, Ben. No pressure.
Pressure's on remembering what I asked. I think you kind of touched on it, but you've obviously worked under incredible managers, Mourinho, Ancelotti. Who had the biggest impact off the pitch? I don't know if you've got a different story to kind of where you just touched on Mourinho there.
Love that. So a manager who had the biggest impact on you in your life off the pitch.
Off the pitch. Oh, wow. Off the pitch, wow. I think on the pitch and off the pitch is this man, is Jose. Is Jose, definitely. I think if you also remember when we met him, we met him in Istanbul, and the first story he told this guy was like, no, jokes apart, I used to ask him, when he received, at the end of the month, he received the salary, I used to ask him, what did you do with your salary? Where did you put it? Did you put it in the bank? Did you buy a house? Did you buy this? He was always trying to find out what I was doing. And for me, he was a guy who always made sure I kept my feet on the ground. I was always humble. I was always respectful. I didn't get ahead of myself. I remember when I joined the football club, I got my first salary. I went and I bought a Range Rover. And then he saw it. He told me to go take it back, return it. And you know what he told me to get? I got a fucking Mini. I got a Mini for a while. And then afterwards, I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna change it. So I changed it and I stopped parking in front where he's gonna see it. So I started parking far away from where he's gonna see what I was driving. But yeah, that's how Jose was to me. So Jose Mourinho.
I love it. Great question, Ben. That's a great story. I never knew that story, John. Safir. Where is Safir? Here he is, sir. Right, come forward. 8:30, we've got plenty of time. Okay, so you can relax.
I must say the Baileys is good though.
The
You guys
Baileys,
tried
yes.
it?
Breaking news, you're paying for that, John. That's not free. Right, Safir.
Hi, John. So, how did it feel to score your first and only goal
Oh my God. You don't have to put the only now. You don't have to put the
after being
only.
at the club for so long?
That goal against Fulham.
Listen, when you look back at your career in football club, I think that's probably one of my regrets, but I wouldn't say it was a regret because of what we achieved as a football club, because we had to be a team. We had to have a team. When you join a football club like Chelsea, want to succeed, want to be successful, to win trophies, it's not about an individual, it's about a team. And I had to quickly understand that my role is to be a team player. And that's what Mourinho told me when Makelele was leaving. It's like, listen, this is going to be your position. I know naturally you are a playmaker, you're number 10, that's what you played. But I have so many players in that position. I want you to be a number 6. This is where I want you to play. You're not going to get the limelight. You're not going to be the star of the football club, but we will understand the role that you do. And it's about the team. So I quickly understood that. And yes, so my only goal against Fulham was special. I enjoyed it. I wish... And I wouldn't change that for the trophies that we won. I enjoyed my time and we won so much. So if that was going to be the only goal, I wouldn't change it for the trophies. Definitely not.
I must admit, I do laugh. Obviously, we run our social media channels for the podcast.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of Chelsea fans that will say, John, you only scored 4 goals for the football club. Who are you to comment? And I'm like, his job was a defensive midfielder.
And
Your
of
job
course,
was not to score goals.
But back then as well, the job defensive midfielder is not like it is today. Today they have more freedom to go forward. It's not the same. Back then it was like, no, you have to sit there. You have to sit there. You have to let the likes of Frank go forward, Michael Ballack go forward, Michael Essien go forward. You have to be the guy. And of course, when you play against a guy like John Terry, who needs you, he's going to pull you by the neck and say, stay here. Where the fuck you going? Stay here. So you can't go anywhere. JT needs you. You have to be in front of him because you have to protect him. You have to protect the back four. So, but right now, when you see what the defensive midfielders are doing, like a Rodri, like a Gravenberg, those players, they've changed that position so much. So
You're right. Absolutely. Right. Ankur. Where's Ankur this evening? Here he is. You've got a great question, I think, Ankur.
Hi, John.
Hey.
I know it was not ideal for you, but I wanted to ask you something about the first season under Antonio Conte. How would you, as in your interactions with other players, especially Victor Moses, what was the atmosphere within the team like during his first season when
Go on, John.
Antonio Conte, fucking hell. Listen, he was the one manager that came into the football club that obviously, we all know the story. I don't know if I've said the story. I've said what happened. Because it was Olympic. It was the time for Olympic when he came into the football club. The summer for Olympic. So he joined the football club. Chelsea recruited Antonio Conte. And then he came and he said, listen, you are not going to go to the Olympics because you have to stay here. If you want to be part of my team, you're not going to go to the Olympics. So you have to stay here. So he said, me and Victor Moses are not going to go. So I was like, why? This is my national team. And I've played all throughout my national team. I've played for the under-17s, 20. So the Olympics is 23, and that's the only one I was missing. And of course, my country, I have to go represent my country. And he said, no, you're not going to go. You and Victor. So I said to Victor Moses, listen, you've just joined the football club. I've been here for 10, 11 years. So I think I've earned the right to go. So I spoke to Marina and she said, listen, it's your decision. Do what you have to do. I spoke to the club and they said, do what you have to do. And then I went to Olympics. Coming back, he froze me out of the football club. So he said, listen, you are not going to be part of my team, which I knew was going to happen. So he froze me out, took me out of the team. So I was training alone. I was alone. And then, of course, I left the football club. But he was a manager that, that I never got on with. And and that was my end at the football club. And then, of course, N'Golo Kante came into the football club. And when you have a player like N'Golo Kante, you have to know that your time is up. Because listen, I was getting old and he was a young guy, and we know he can run for forever. I mean, the guy has got 2 lungs. He can run, he can cover the ground, and I just couldn't do that anymore. And of course, and when you look at it, you have to weigh your options. And I said, okay, listen, I've had my time and I have to go. And that was no problem.
From what you know, John, of the players that stayed, did they like Antonio?
Conte, everybody had an opinion about him. He's a very technical manager, pays attention to details. He prefers to play his system. He doesn't change. Players don't like his training method because you do the same thing. It's about the shape.
Yeah.
Every day is about the shape. It doesn't. And of course, when you have a player like Hazard who hates that, he hates training. He hates training. So he always complained. He said, oh my God, fuck, what's this? Same thing. But Conte never changed. It's about the shape. So you warm up, you do a little bit of ball possession, and then it's about the shape.
Yeah.
So no player liked his system, but then it worked. We went on to win the Premier League, and he never changed. Conte, he's very, very stubborn. He doesn't listen to anybody. It doesn't matter what you say, what you complain. He will do what he has to do. And for me, he was the guy that I never got on with. But yeah, you do have those managers sometimes.
And you give him respect for the trophies he won. Thank you so much, Ankur. Right, where is Jeren James? Jeren, there you are, my friend. You're in the posh seats. He's paid top dollar to be there tonight. He can smell
Is that the top dollar seat?
That's the top dollar seat.
Right, got it.
Right then, Jeren.
John Obi Mikel. John Obi Mikel.
There's another one that you guys forgot to sing. What is it? He scores when he wants. He scores when he wants. John Obi Mikel. He scores when he wants. Yeah. Once.
Come on then, Jeren.
First of all, thank you, John, for joining us. And this is one of the questions that I had. I had clubbed a couple of questions together, so I hope it's okay. First question is, who was the toughest opponent that you ever faced in your career?
Oh,
and the second follow-up is, how good was Didier Drogba in your opinion?
Great questions.
Ooh. Wow, 2 great questions. I think first one is, I've been asked this question so many times. I've played against so many players: Del Piero, Totti, Iniesta, Xavi.
Roy Keane.
Players. Yeah. I mean, amazing players. But there is one player that I always say he's the one. And for me, he's a player that was supposed to join Chelsea Football Club but didn't. Steven Gerrard for me. Stevie G was the guy. It's unfortunate that his Liverpool career ended that way. But no, Stevie G was the guy. You talk about a player that can do absolutely everything. Steven Gerrard can do everything. You know, when I played against Totti, these players, they're technically very good, but they're not strong, they're not quick, they're not aggressive. Stevie G, I'm a defensive player, but you're thinking, how the fuck am I going to stop this guy? He's quick, he's strong, he's good on the ball, he can run, he can do everything. It is so difficult for me every time I played against Liverpool. You're thinking, where is he? I keep looking for him, but he's nowhere to be found. He's everywhere. And his energy, his aggressiveness, the way he's on the ball, 1-2 touches. He was so good. And when he had the likes of Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, that team, they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And so for me, Stevie G was the guy, he was so aggressive, good on the ball, can shoot, can score, can pass, can do everything. So for me, Steven Gerrard.
And what made Didier Drogba
And of
so
course,
good?
Didier, how good was he? Wow. I mean, the only thing is that, the guy just chose the games he wants to perform. He chose, like, when we play against the likes of Hull or Stoke or whatever, he doesn't show up. He's on the pitch, but he doesn't really mind. He doesn't get, because he knows we will find a way to win the game. So it's like he's not needed. But when it's a big game, the big game, that's where he turns up. That's where he shows up. His demeanor around the place the day before the game, we know, okay, this is a Didier Drogba week. Then the physio start pampering him, start giving him massages. Oh, yes, what do you need? What do you want? He loves all that. But then he comes on the pitch, he performs, he produces. So for us, he kept doing that, and we just let him do that because, in the big games that we need to win, that we don't need him so much, he was always there. So for me, he was that good. A fantastic, fantastic player for Chelsea.
Love that. Great questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Right. We've got 2 final questions. We're going to start with Awood. Awood, there you are, my man. Come on up. 2 final questions.
Lovely. So thanks for taking the time to come here, gents.
Thank you.
We've all been opinionated on our new ownership, so I'd love to know how would you rate it from a scale of 1 to 10? And please justify the answer. And naturally, what's missing?
Wow. Well, that's true, though. I think, obviously, we can all agree that, Roman he should still be the owner of the football club. He should still be the owner. What happened, is just unfortunate. But listen, politics, I never get into. Not my thing. I never want to say a word, but I just have to say that he should still be the owner of the football club. The new owners, like I said, listen, I don't know them too well. I've only met them a couple of times. I've spoken to them. And like I said, when you call football soccer, it puts me off, mate. It puts me off. So,
But where they are, John, a rating of 0 to 10.
listen, they are doing what they have to do. They're spending money. They're buying players. Now, are they buying the right players? Are they bringing in the right players? Are they doing the right thing for the football club, so that we can get back to where we belong, which is winning trophies? Yes, we all can believe, we can all say that they spend money. They spend almost 2 billion, isn't it? Yeah. Like, you can see that they're putting their money where their mouth is. But it's about getting the right players in. It's about also finding the right way to get Chelsea Football Club to where it belongs. And I don't think they're there yet. Yes, they're throwing money around, but it's not just about throwing money around. You need to understand the culture of the football club, the heritage of the football club, the people that has made the football club succeed. You know what I mean? And I think the likes of John Terry, Frank Lampard, these people should still be working at the football. They should be at the football club. You know what I mean? So, so we need those guys because, these are the guys that will, if a young player comes into the football club, they need an idol. They need somebody who's going to show them the ropes, show them how things are done at the football club. And it's not there. So I hope that we get there. Yes, the results have been good. The performances have been good. But I just think there's so much they need to improve. And I hope they do that as quickly as possible because we need to get back to winning ways. We need to start winning trophies again.
I'll ask the question. Goalkeeper, striker.
Yeah, we need. I definitely think so. I've said it, and I don't know if there's few Nicholas Jackson fans in here. Listen, it's. I've never said anything against any player, and again, I will say it as we've always said on the podcast. I've always said, great player, good player on the, with the ball. His link up with Cole Palmer is fantastic. The partnership, as we can all see, is working really well. But just his goal scoring. His goal scoring, his finishing for me is not there. It's not there as a top. I don't want to compare him as a Drogba. You know what I mean? So for me, he's still young. There's so much potential there. I still think he can improve, but he needs somebody who's going to come in and help him. Right now, he's not scored in 6. He hasn't scored in 6 or in 7. So he needs somebody when he's having this dip of form.
Yeah.
We need somebody that's going to come in who knows how to score goals. And we don't have that. We don't have another top second striker who's going to help him. I've said it. When we were there, Drogba was there. We had the likes of Nicolas Anelka come in to help Didier. Fernando Torres, Shevchenko, Dembaba. Because that's what Roman did. We can't just rely on one person. You need to bring in a second striker.
Yeah.
If we want to be title contenders, Liverpool have it. Arsenal don't. They're never going to win anything. You know what I mean? So if you want, and it shows where Liverpool are, because if the players are not performing on the pitch, Slot has got, he's got so many options to bring on the pitch.
Yeah.
How many games have they won lately with
Darwin,
players coming on to win the game? That's what we lack. We don't have that. If Jackson doesn't score, not Jackson. If Cole Palmer doesn't score, where are we?
Where are you? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we need a striker and definitely a goalkeeper. We saw that on the last game, didn't we? Yeah.
Definitely. I agree. Right. Final question. Get on up there, Mario. Come on up, Mario. Final question. Make it a good one. Super Mario Jeepers.
Super Mario. I like that name.
Super Mario 99.
Okay, so first of all, I want to just say, on behalf of the official Chelsea Supporters Club in the UAE, I want to actually thank you, Chris, first and foremost. Thank you for this. It's been amazing. We've thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's hope we get 3 points. And John, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Let's hope this isn't the first and last time we see you. We want to see you again. So again, a big thank you. So, and the BBC as well. So thanks to the BBC. So my question is this. You've got the choice of any present or past Chelsea footballer. Who's in your starting 11?
Oh my God.
Starting from the goalkeeper all the way up front. Who's in your 11?
Wow. Listen, so many great players. But there's few that obviously have to be there. Starting with the goalkeeper, obviously, the one and only. The big man, Peter Cech. I mean, the trophies that we won with him, and of course, showed that in the final as well when he put up also amazing performance, saving that penalty, and of course, saving a couple of penalties in the penalty shooter. So for me, Peter Cech,
no doubt,
will take the vote.
No doubt.
And right back, I'll go with Ivanovic. Yeah, I'll go with Ivanovic. There's so many players in that position. You can mention Paulo Ferreira, Aspilicueta, Dave, like you guys call him. No, Ivanovic, he was a rock for us. He was that guy, always there, always fit, always available. Whether he was playing right back or centre back, he was always available. So for me, Ivanovic takes the right back.
Centre half.
Centre half, of course, John Terry. John Terry takes the vote, and of course with his partnership with Ricardo Carvalho, which I think
he was on a different level.
Oh yeah. He was on a different level. I think the partnership worked out so well. JT was the guy who reads the game, not so quick, not very, very quick. Reads the game, knows where to be. Positioning was fantastic, and Ricky was the guy quick, aggressive on the ball, and the partnership just worked really well. I think they conceded 15 goals in the season, which has never been broken as well. So the partnership, the brain also that Ricky has, read the game. He was very, very clever. So those guys, they worked really well. Left back, one and only, Ash. So Ashley Cole on that left flank. I mean, just bumping back and forth. And sometimes when we look at him, we're like, what are you drinking? What are you on? But he's just going, front and back. And of course, his defending is what a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people talk about his attacking play, but his defending one-on-one, he's the guy that kept Ronaldo quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, Ash, a lot of people don't give him credit about his defending, but his defending was absolutely crucial for us because, without that, I don't think we would have won as many trophies as we did. So Ashley takes that position. And in the midfield of three, yes, holding midfield, I put myself in. No, I put my role model, the guy that I learned from, Claude Makelele. Claude is, he was so good that they named the position, his position. So the Claude Makelele position. So he was absolutely fantastic, not just to me, but young players as well. He was like a father figure for us. That's what we call him. We call him Dad. And
he was the longest in the shower as well, yes. I'm just putting it out there, John.
What do you mean longest?
Well, he took the longest.
Oh, it took a long time. Are you sure that's what you mean? Okay.
Claude Makelele.
Yeah. No, Claude was the guy. Fantastic player. A player, when he left Real Madrid, we saw the downfall of the Galacticos. You can have the best players, you can have a Zidane, Figo, and everything. Yeah. When you don't have that holding player, and that's what Claude did for Real Madrid. As soon as he left, they stopped winning trophies. The whole thing fell apart. So for me, Claude is that guy. And on the left, in the midfield, I go with the Super Frank. Super Frank, the one and only, yeah. Frankie Lampard, a guy who, loves scoring goals, loves breaking records, fantastic guy.
Is he the best trainer?
Oh, best trainer, without a shadow of doubt. Best trainer I've ever played with. After training, he's there shooting. He takes about 20, 30 balls. He gets one of the assistant coaches to help him. Just keep shooting.
Bam.
Keep practicing the same thing. And does his shuttle runs as well. He was always out there. And probably one of my regrets that you didn't join, you didn't get to do this, you didn't learn from that, because we're looking at him thinking, what is he doing? Because we just finished the game.
Yeah.
But he's doing it. We finished the game yesterday, but he comes the next day and he's doing the same thing. It's crazy. And that's the success that he had. So for me, Frank goes there. And the second midfield player.
It's a big one. This is a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. So you can either go with Michael Ballack, you can go with Michael Essien, you can go with Deco. But I have to go with Michael Essien.
Yeah.
I'll have to go with the train, I would call him. A player that never got the credit that we all think he deserves. Very, very underrated player. Fantastic player. The power he had, bumping forward, the energy, the goal scoring, the defending, even when we need him to play as a centre back, right back.
Yeah.
He was there. Absolutely train of a guy. The power. I thought I was strong. I am naturally strong player. Like, when I block you off, it's difficult to get the ball. But Essien is 10 times stronger. He's so strong. So for me, Essien takes that position. And
Forward three.
On the right side, I'm going to go with...
Hazard.
Well, I'll put Hazard on the left side.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Hazard on the left side, yeah. So Hazard goes on the left side, and then a guy who never likes, of course, Hazard never likes training. The worst trainer I've ever played with. Guys, I'm not joking. Like, we come to training, like, we all walk on the pitch. He doesn't lace his boots. His boots is not laced. He just walks around. He's got his hands in his pants, and he just walks around. That's how he stays. So we spend about an hour and a half in training. He stays like that from the start to the finish. He doesn't move. And then when you tell him, you have to, and he said, pass me the ball. I'm like, fucking move. I'm not going to pass you the ball. I'm running around trying to get the ball, and you want me to just pass it to you. Okay, don't pass it to me. Whatever you want to do. But then he goes on the pitch on a Saturday and just wins the man of the match. So it just shows you that everybody's built differently.
Yeah.
The talent that he had. Only if he applied himself a little bit better. He's always said it. He said, Messi is way too far away from me. But if I wanted to be closer to Cristiano Ronaldo, I think I can get there. And he wasn't wrong. For me, he was that good. The talent that he had, he was so good on the ball. So for me, he didn't apply himself so well because he didn't train well. So Hazard takes the left side, and on the right side, I will go with,
Robin. Willian, Zola, Joe Cole, Cole Palmer.
Guys, it's John's one. Let him decide.
Listen, there's so many of them.
For you.
But I think I have to go with Zizou. We call him Zizou, don't we? Joe Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was very unfortunate as well that, he was always injured. Also, Robin as well. I would have gone with Robin, but Robin was always injured. He plays one game, he's off for 2 months. We never know what the fuck he was doing. But Joe Cole was the guy. Yeah, Joe Cole, he's that good. Very good on the ball. A guy who can create chances from out of nothing. Clever as well. And apart from that, such an amazing human being. A brilliant guy, Joe Cole. When you meet him, when you get to speak to him, he's a fantastic guy. Yeah, true blue he was, yeah. So for me, Joe Cole takes that. And do I need to say this position?
Surprise.
No, I don't think I do. No. And of course, the main man up front, yeah.
The king.
Yeah, Didier Drogba.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the team. There you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mario, thank you so much for that question. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you it's gone a bit longer than I expected. It's 9 o'clock. I just want to say, on behalf of the Obi One Podcast, John Obi Mikel, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this legend.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And I hope you guys are subscribing and watching the Obi One Podcast, Come on.
John, one thing. Made possible by
Made
BetWinner.
possible by BetWinner,
It's
yes,
important
definitely.
to get that in.
Yeah.
And listen, to the official Chelsea supporters club here in the United Arab Emirates, I say thank you so much. I want to say a big shout out to the Belgian Beer Cafe here in the heart of Dubai as well. Thank you so much for your hospitality. Thank you so much. Thank you all to the official Chelsea Supporters Club here in the United Arab Emirates. It's well past everyone's bedtime. They're still here, John.
Yeah.
Not the scoreline.
Not the scoreline we all wanted, isn't it? I'm a bit gutted.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, I think we started well, didn't we? We started well with a goal, and then we thought, okay, let's kick on from here. I think this has been what has happened in the last 3-4 games.
Yeah.
We go up 1-0 up, 2-0 up, and then we don't kill the game. We don't finish the game, and then we end up paying for it. And it's something that I've talked about. Again, we went 1-0 up, and then we had that chance to go 2-0 up with Sanchez Jackson. For me, yes, some people saying the pass from Cole Palmer was a little bit. No, it's not. You're a striker. Just put your foot through it. Whether it's a left foot, just put your foot through it. If you miss it, it's fine. But attempt to score. What did he do? Just control the ball and then come back. No, you're not. Your job is to fucking score the goals. That's why you brought to the football club. Put the ball in the back of the net. Try to score. He didn't do that. I have nothing against Nicolas
I know
Jackson.
you don't.
And every time I talk about him, it's like I have something against him. It's like I'm trying to get Victor to come to the football. No, it's not. I've said it. If the people on top of the club don't get Victor, what's his name?
Jackson.
No. The other guy from Sports.
Victor
Gyökeres. His goal scoring stats, it's unreal. We need somebody that can score goals, get us there. We don't have that. The reason why we succeeded, my time. Again, I'm not trying to compare him with Didier, because we had somebody that when we call upon him, he's there. He puts the ball in the back of the net. We don't have that right now. And Nicolas, he's doing well with his combination with but he's not a goal scorer.
Not a killer.
That's what we need.
Not a killer.
That's what we need.
You would have won it if 1-0 up, you went to the pitch.
I think if you had gone
1-0 up and you went to the pitch, we win the game.
Exactly. I think if we had gone 2-0 up, it would have been different story. It would have been a different story. But City, I knew they were going to come back. But if it was 2-0 up, it would have been a little bit
game.
different game, yeah.
I take you back to what you said at the start of the game. You said we need a goalkeeper, we need a striker.
Ah, yes.
Robert Sanchez. I've got the stats in front of me. No player in the Premier League has made more mistakes that have led to goals than Robert Sanchez. He's alongside Muric, the Ipswich Town goalkeeper. That is simply not good enough.
Not good enough.
For a Chelsea Football Club goalkeeper. Another mistake, more points dropped. It backs up your assertion that he's not good enough.
No, it's not. He's not a top keeper. He's good enough to be there in the league, but he's not good at what I keep saying is players who are good enough to win the league.
Yeah.
Win the league and put us in the top 4. He's not that goalkeeper. And Nicholas is not that striker that will get us to win the league. Top 4, they might get us there. But to win the league, to put us where we belong, they are not that people. And for me, he's shown that again, Sanchez, with that mistake. What are you doing rushing out? What are you doing? I know if you call Peter Cech now off the cuff, private, he'll tell you the same thing. But I'm the only person who's coming out to say it. You know what I mean? I understand that my colleagues don't want to come out and say it, but I am saying it. This is what we need. We need to get another top striker and a goalkeeper. And again, Sanchez has shown it there. He's not that keeper that's going to get us to win the league.
We've seen time and time again, yeah. You're taking the lead. I think of Fulham. I think of other games tonight again. Sorry to say this, folks. It's now 1 win in 7. Chelsea are now down to 6th. We said at the start of the season, what would constitute a good season? Now that Chelsea were, for a spell, thinking they might put on a title challenge here, if they don't finish inside the top 5, and we expect the top 5 to be good enough for Champions League football at the end of this season, it will go down. I'm going to say this, John. I'm hoping you back it up.
Yep.
If Chelsea don't finish in the top 5, it's a disappointing season now.
It is a disappointing season. It is a disaster because that's not where we belong. And I've said it. I think where all this started is when the manager was asked, when we were 2nd or 3rd in the league, he was asked, are we in the title race? You can't come out knowing the players that we have here. They're kids. The mentality is so low. It's like kids' mentality. When you come out as a manager and say, no, we are not. No, we are not in the title race. We're just... He shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
It's got into their head. Since he's come out and said that, what's happened? I don't think we've won a game since then. We've won maybe one or two games since then. You should say, listen, we're there, we're enjoying where we are. You know what I mean? If we are there at the end of the season and we're still there, we give it a go.
Yeah.
It's nothing. We have nothing to lose. Nobody expects us to be here. If we are in the top of the league and come towards the end of the season, if we're there, yes, we give it a go. But you can't come out and say, no, we are not. We're still far away. We're kids. No, this is what has happened. It's got into their head. And since then, the performances has been absolutely shambles. So for me, I think the manager has to be blamed in this as well. He needs to take responsibility as well. But the players as well, there is no leadership. There is no coordination. There is no person who's pulling people around and saying, listen, you wake the fuck up like we used to. Like John Terry, I used to have a fight with him so many times on the pitch. We used to insult each other on the pitch. We used to almost come to blows with each other on the pitch. But why? We want to win. After the game, exactly, we have the passion. After the game, we go in the dressing room, we shake hands, we win the game, and everybody go on. You know what I mean? I don't see that here. And this is a massive disappointment tonight. We won 1-0 up. Nicholas Jackson, with that opportunity, should have put the game to bed, scored that goal, and if City come back to win 3-2, okay. But he's missed that opportunity, and that's what I keep talking about it. We need the owners. I'm telling you, in the summer, we still have time in the transfer window. I don't think they're going to sign anyone.
They won't sign anyone now.
In the summer, if they don't bring another top striker and a goalkeeper, I don't see us going anywhere. I really don't see us going anywhere.
I always appreciate the
And
honesty,
this is
John.
to the owners. The owners, they need to see this. Because we don't want to become a mediocre football club. We don't want to be finishing fucking playing Conference League. I haven't even watched one single Conference League game. I haven't watched it. I don't want to be watching that. I want to watch the Champions League game. I want to watch where the Real Madrid, the Man Cities, you know what I mean, the Barcelonas, where they play. That's where we belong. That's where we've always played. We've always played in the Champions League. I never once I played in the Europa League.
And you won it.
And we won it. You know what I mean? So the onus is on them right now to make sure that they sort it out. A top striker who's going to come in and a top goalkeeper. And then we'll be competing to win the league.
I agree with all of that. And I think that does deserve a round of applause. Right. For the sake of the podcast, it's getting late here in Dubai.
Because I don't want fucking Arsenal to finish ahead of us. No chance. No chance.
Hey.
No one wants to.
No.
John. I don't want Fulham.
It's an embarrassment.
Finishing
Arsenal
above us. Manchester. I've got Fulham ahead of us right now. I've got Brighton ahead of us. I've got Bournemouth ahead of us.
You've got everyone ahead of you, mate. Don't worry about that.
Shite. Right. It is getting late here in Dubai. I just want to say again, and I've said this a few times, thank you all so much for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Right. For those of you tuning into the podcast, a little bit of information. Before the ball was kicked in anger, we did do a
prediction,
score prediction. It did finish 3-1. If you're Chelsea, well, you are all Chelsea fans, hang your heads in shame that you predicted a Man City 3-1 win. Hands up if you predicted that.
Who predicted that?
Where are
they should be out of this room. There you go.
Shocking. So, I'm going to repeat again. A big thanks to our proud sponsors of the podcast. BetWinner. Big shout out to BetWinner. So we have got 1,700 dirhams in here to one of our victors. We're going to give you the choice. If you're the first name picked out, you get a choice. 1,700 dirhams or this Chelsea shirt.
Signed by the special one, José Mourinho. Right there, look at that.
And we all know what you're picking.
A few days ago, I was in Istanbul with him. Yeah, he signed the shirt. Yeah.
There he is. And we saw it up on the screens. So, José Mourinho signed shirt, 1,700 dirhams in cash. Are we clear on that? If you're the first name picked out, we're going to give you a choice. Okay, so with that in mind, John.
Yep.
It's like an FA Cup draw.
Yeah, it's like an FA Cup draw.
Right.
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed. In the ball. No, the ball's there, John. Ball's here, John. 3-1. Well done, you guys. Right, we've got our first name. John, you want to read it? What is it? Into the mic. Sit back down. It's all for the podcast.
Abdelaziz, yeah.
Come on up. Abdelaziz. Right. Well, Abdelaziz, how are you choosing? The cash or the Mourinho shirt?
1,700 or a signed José Mourinho shirt?
What are you picking?
I'm picking the shirt.
You're taking the shirt.
Thank you.
Pose for that.
Wow.
He's a United fan. I'm delighted that he's won.
He's one of our own. He's one of our own. John Obi Mikel. He's one of our own. You. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
A massive well done. Adel Latif, well done to you. City 3, Chelsea 1. Right.
Press down and go down.
Come on then, John. Right. So we all know then, this is for, hey, not a bad prize. 1,700 dirhams. We've got it there, John. Bet winner. Come on then. Close those eyes. Stick the hand in. 1,700 dirhams. Who is it going to?
Well, it's not me.
Come on then, Johnny boy. Who's won the 1,700 dirhams?
Who's what? Come down.
Come down.
Ooh, come down. Oh. Mate, you what? No. Exactly, I'm sorry for that. No. You predicted.
First of all, sorry Chelsea fans. Yeah.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. That's what I'm saying, you know. But because of Nico, We lost this game.
Yeah, but you won 17 out of it.
Yeah, but before the game, you.
I'm a good gambler, bro.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done.
He's got
He's no one of us tonight.
Right, let's get a picture. Hand
Bobby,
on.
please. I want to add something that you spoke about Nico. You spoke about Sanchez, yeah? We have to speak about the passion of our wingers, which is Sancho and Pedro Neto, yeah? Madueke, Pedro Neto. Neto. Yeah.
Neto.
Hey. Anyways, look at the passion of Mamouche, man. He just signed up for City, and he got the passion for the club, yeah?
Are you Egyptian, Andan? Yeah, you're Emirati. I'm thinking you're talking about Marmouche.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, when you talk about that, I think obviously we need more from our wingers.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that. It's not just Nicholas. But at the end of the day, you know, those chances fall for Nicholas and Madueke, obviously, and Sancho. We need more from them. We need more from everybody. But if Nicholas, like I said, if he puts those chances away, it would have been a different story. And I think everybody can agree with me on that. And
I agree.
I just think some people are afraid to say it, some people don't want to say it, but we should be able to say the truth. Be honest. Yeah, exactly. A little bit more patient, but we need to get another striker. That's what I think. Yeah.
Chelsea Football Club.
But you know what I will say? If I'm a Chelsea fan, I will definitely not.
You are a Chelsea fan.
If I'm a Chelsea fan, I will definitely not bet on Manchester City to beat my club 3-1. Yeah. There you go.
I'm a good gambler, though.
You're a good gambler.
Right. And Dan, a big well done to you. One more picture.
I'm done. Take the first
1,700.
José Mourinho, I'm sorry for that, man.
Well done, Hamdan. Well done to you, my man. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Taking the Mikel live at the Belgian Beer Cafe, official Chelsea supporters club. Well done, guys. John, your final message to your Chelsea adoring public.
We'll get back. We'll be there. We'll get back to winning ways. We just need a couple of players. I think we'll get back. I hope we finish in the top 4 this season. And then we just build from there. We build from there in the summer, get a few players, and I'm sure we will be fine. But yeah, it's been but now we're sliding down the table. I don't want to see that. What are we, 6-7 now?
6th.
So we need to get back to top 4 is where I want to see us.
I want a final message. How much are you appreciative?
Thank you so much to the fans, everybody who's come out today. It's been an absolutely pleasure. I really enjoyed it.